I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, what's good, party people? Welcome to the Knicks One Drive. I'm your man, Uncle Freezie. What's good? God of Moses and Elijah, what's good? I see you. Raphael, what's good? Tone Woo, what's good? Oh, I'm sorry. Go on the Knicks podcast, what's good? I see you. Robert Paul. What's good? Cuts, Kicks, and Knicks, what's good? I see you. Michael Hansen, what's good? Cornerstone Kevin's in the building, what's good, everybody? What? You have computers, you already know what it is with technical difficulties. There's nothing you can do about them, man. There's nothing you can do about them. You know, all you can hope for is that you can just get through it real quick. What's good, man? I miss y'all, man. What's happening? Y'all mighty quiet in here. What's good? What is good? What's good? Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff that we have to talk about. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. So first of all, let's talk about this all NBA defense thing. It's crazy, right? Some all NBA defense. It's the usual suspects, you know what I'm saying? The usual suspects out there. You know how I go. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is, man. Rudy Gobert. Joel Embiid. Matisse Thybulle. Marcus Smarts. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to see if I can find the names on NBA.com. Right. See if I can find some names. See if I can find it. All NBA. Oh, wait a minute. 2021 NBA all defensive team. Right, let's see if we can find it. All right, first and second team. All right, I'm going to share it with y'all so that we can see. Can y'all see those names? Is that too little? Is that too little? I can see Cornerstone Cav right now. Cornerstone Cav is like, I can't see. I can't see. Let me see what about if I do this? What if I make my own joint? Well, no, I don't want to make my own joint because there's a point that I want to get to. Keyshawn is in the building. Yep, what's good? Nick for Life is in the building. William is in the building. What's good? What's good? William is in the building. Manchild, what's happening? Hey, Keyshawn, it's very serious. This is serious. You see it. You can read. You see it. You see it. I want to talk to y'all about that. That's the reason why I titled this as such. Right? That's the reason why we titled this as such. Julius Randle gets votes for the all-defensive team. And ironically, Reggie Bullock does not. Nerlens Noel gets 1 vote. Julius Randle gets 4. Reggie Bullock gets 0. What in the name of Sam and Dave are we doing here, NBA? The All-NBA first team is All-NBA defensive first team is Ben Simmons, Drew Holiday, Draymond Green, Rudy Gobert, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The second team is Matisse Thybulle, Kawhi Leonard, Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. What in the name of peanut butter and jelly is going on here? So there is a name that I want to show you. When I find it, get out of here, cookie policy. There is a name I want to show you. Can y'all see that name? Other players receiving votes at the forward position. Julius Randle with 4 votes. Robert Covington with 1 vote. A known 3-and-D guy gets 1 vote. Robert Covington gets 1 vote. Julius Randle gets 4 votes. OG Anunoby, a known lockdown defender, gets 3 votes. Julius Randle gets 4 votes. Lily Phillips was good. Was good. Lily Phillips says it's an individual defense award, not a team defense award. Right? Andrew Wiggins, who by far played the best defense of his career. It might have been and should have been, at the very least, on NBA second team. Gets 1 vote, but Julius Randle gets 4 votes. Now, I'm not saying that Julius Randle is a poor defender, right? I'm not saying that Julius Randle is a poor defender, but what I will say is any defensive race award, whatever you want to call it, where Julius Randle gets more votes than OG Anunoby and Jay Crowder, is skewed. Bodega Wi-Fi's in the building. What's good? Right? What's good? Any defensive award race or campaign or election, whatever you want to call it, where Julius Randle gets more votes than OG Anunoby, a known lockdown defender, is skewed. Now, I know what y'all going to say. Oh, my gosh. Uncle Freezie, off a fresh, restful weekend, is coming in here trying to scorch the earth over Julius Randle. How is he throwing shade at Julius Randle? Y'all know I love Julius Randle. Y'all know I love Randle. Y'all know I love Randle. Y'all know that. And I'm not trolling y'all either. Y'all feel like I'm trolling y'all. Y'all feel like I'm coming off a restful weekend just saying something to get everybody stirred up. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. That is not it. Robert Paul says, I'm going to lose my mind trying to figure out how all the voting goes. Me too. Because I look at this and I laugh because it's hilarious, right? And then I think back to last year when RJ Barrett didn't make the all-rookie team. And I'm like, okay, he should have made the all-rookie team. But Julius Randle and defensive awards should not even be mentioned in the same breath. Are we serious right now? So Nasty was good. Was good. So Nasty was good. What in the name of Sam and Dave are we talking about? We are talking about Julius Randle getting votes for an all-defensive team. What in the name of what in the world is going on? What in the world is going on? I should leave this right here, but to be honest with you, it's too funny. Keyshawn says that's all-star. That's the all-star privilege. LOL. Yeah, it may be. It may be. It may be. I had this thing. I wanted to jump on with a. I wanted to jump on really with a story time with Uncle Freezie, but after I saw this, I knew that I could not start a joint with Storytime with Uncle Freezie when Julius Randle got more votes for the Julius Randle got more votes for all defensive teams than Anthony Davis. What in the world is going on? Andre Bryant was good. Was good. I want to start. I wanted to start with that. I don't want to continue on and on about Julius Randle's defense because y'all know, aside from Julius Randle, aside from R.J. Barrett, y'all know how I feel about Julius Randle. Right. Does he have some ways that I wish we could fix? Yes. Do I really like Julius Randle? Yes. I'm not afraid to criticize Julius Randle. I'll put it to you that way. I'm not afraid to criticize Julius Randle. Because I think last year's, I keep saying last year. How about 1920s, 20 and 10 was not an easy thing to do on a terrible team. Congratulations to the Randalls. Miss Randle has company, and they are about to expand their family. It's going to be a wonderful thing to watch play out in New York City. Kaiser Sauce is in the building. The usual suspect. What's happening? Bodega Wi-Fi is it okay. So Bodega Wi-Fi says exactly what I'm thinking, right? Names like Jay Crowder. You know Jay Crowder is a better defender than Julius Randle. Why is Julius Randle getting 4 votes? If Julius Randle got 1 vote, we'd have been here laughing. We'd have been here snickering like, you know what I'm saying? But how do you put Julius Randle in a conversation with Robert Covington, Jay Crowder, and OG Anunoby? Are we serious right now? How do we put Julius Randle in a conversation defensively with Andrew Wiggins, Jay Crowder, and Robert Covington? Are we serious right now? Are we serious right now? What in the name of peanut butter and jelly are we talking about? Julius Randle and all defensive team? Are you serious? Okay. So me and Julius Randle are in defense like this. When he plays some defense, I'll judge it. How about that? When Julius Randle plays some defense, I will judge it. I'll put it to you like that. Now, y'all know Julius Randle is my baby. Him and R.J. Barrett, right? You know. Y'all know that. Y'all know I love Julius Randle. Y'all know I love R.J. Barrett. I'm not a franker. I'm not a noxer. I'm not whatever you call the Obi fan base. I'm not a whatever you call the Mitchell Robinson fan base. I like those guys, but I don't cap for them. I don't root unconditionally for them. Right? Bodega Wi-Fi says players are paying attention to the recognition the Knicks are getting. This proves that larger markets still run this league. Hopefully, this helps us in free agency. Ha. That is a great segue. Right? That is a great segue. Thank you, Bodega Wi-Fi. Because I'd really like to talk about this thing called star chasing. Right? Star chasing. So right now, I just got to say, right now, it's story time with Uncle Freezie. Right? Right now, story time with Uncle Freezie. So I had, my grandma had a bunch of kids, right? 7 girls and 6 boys, or 7 boys and 6, something like that. Right? But my uncles, man, my uncles were cool, boy. My uncles would come in town, driving their car, whatever was the hottest whip at the time. This is like the 70s. Whatever was the hottest whip during the time, my Uncle Roy would drive in town with a mint green Cadillac Brougham, right? It'd be it'd be Kelly green. It was Kelly green on the outside and like that soft mint green on the inside with the crushed velvet. You know how you wave your hand on it one way and it turn the color, and you go back the other way, it'd be a different color. Yeah, I remember it. Yeah, look. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't play. Devil No Steel, don't play. Right? Y'all remember crushed velvet? You used to take your hand and go across it one way and it'll get darker, and then you go back over it the other way and it get lighter again. Y'all remember that? Yeah, Kaiser Sauce. Kaiser Sauce. Don't play. Y'all play too much. Antisocial was good. AC's in the building. What's good? So he came in town with the Cadillac, man. And I was like, yo, there go Uncle Roy. He blow the little horn. Bump, 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 bump. And I was like, hey, man, I run to the car, and I'm a shorty, right? You know what I'm saying? I ain't driving. You know what I'm saying? I get in, and he go ahead and push that knob over there, young fella. So I take my finger to push the knob down, and it got the little Playboy thing. It's the Playboy emblem on it, right? And I look up at the mirror, and he got the fuzzy Dyson joints and the green trees you used to get from the car wash. Yeah, to keep your car smelling fresh. I was like, oh boy, yeah, man. Oh boy, this whip right here. You gonna mess around and make me have an addiction to whips. And right now I have an addiction to whips, right? But anyway. So my uncle Leon, I can't let him outdo me. Right? So he get him a navy blue Lincoln Mark IV with the crushed baby blue on the interior, right? And with the pimping back glass in the back, right? So he man, my girl got to sit up front. Your auntie got to sit up front, Uncle Freezie now. Uncle Freezie, you too little. My Uncle Leon Uncle Freezie, you too little. You got to sit in the back, bro. My girl got to sit up here, and she was fine too, right? I'm sitting in the back. I'm stressed out. I'm tall. I was tall for my age. I had to be every bit of 5'1", 5'2" at the time. I was tall for my age, man. Tall. I didn't know I was going to be such a big man. But anyway, I'm in the back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, boy, this is nice. And he hold on. And he turned the AC on. And unlike other cars that you had to feel the AC from the front, the AC was coming up from under his seat. Bruh, the AC was coming from up under his seat. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Blew my mind. Right? Kaiser Sosa says, no way your uncle calling you. Kaiser Sosa, you don't know. This is my story. This ain't your story. Kaiser Sosa, this is my story. Just pay attention. Kaiser Sosa ain't here trying to tell my story like he was there. Kaiser Sosa no. Ain't no way. But anyway. So my pops, he couldn't afford a new car, right? Because he had, you know what I'm saying? My pops, you know what I'm saying? He was older than these cats. He had a family. You know what I'm saying? So me and my pops sitting on the stoop. I'm like, Pops, when you gonna get you a new whip? He like, Uncle Freezie, how I'm gonna feed your big head and drive a nice car? And I'm like, I don't really eat that much. So I'm telling them like, yo, I would rather eat Diggum Smacks and what's the other cereal that used to have athletes on it? Wheaties. I would rather eat Diggum Smacks and Wheaties than eat Fruit Loops and nah, bro. And my pops had a fly car when it came out. He had a 1972 Buick Electra. And for those that know cars, y'all know them deuce and the quarters did not play. When you pulled up with a deuce and a quarter back in the day, what? So listen. Pops had a deuce and a quarter. It was a little older. It was like 5 or 6 years old. And I'm like, man, Pops, you still driving this deuce and a quarter, man? And he's like, Uncle Freezie, how am I take care of you and all these kids? And I keep getting new cars. The man on my back at work. And I'm like, hey, man, you got to get a new car, man. My uncle and then my auntie got a brand new Regal, fresh off the showroom floor, 1980 Regal, brand new, like 5 miles on it. You know what I'm saying? My auntie, Aunt Minnie, she got a Buick Regal. And AC says, your pop's calling you, Uncle Freezie. Man, y'all stop telling the story. This is my story. Y'all chill out. Man. This is my story. So anyway, AC in here trying to tell my story like he was there. AC is like, no, he didn't, Uncle Freezie.
Good morning, Kendrick. How can I help?
So Siri is like trying to tell us what to do. Let me turn Siri off. Because I think Siri, I ain't no lie, y'all. I think Siri worked for the feds. Because every time I get on here, every time I say Cornerstone Kev name, Siri come on. Yeah, man. Hey, White Falcon. Hey, that deuce and a quarter. Ooh, wee, boy. I remember every time my pops would bring us home, you know what I'm saying, parallel park. Yo, why every time dudes be trying to parallel park, they gotta light up a cigarette? You can't park without a cigarette. Yo, well, why every time my pops be talking, my pops would be like, yeah, man, Hank Aaron washed up, bruh. You know, or he'd be like, hey, yeah, man, Earl the Pearl don't jump like he used to, bruh. And then he'd throw his arm across the thing. And I was like, yo, you got your arm across the seat and you who backing up the car? Who backing up the car? You got your arm around the passenger seat and you smoking a cigarette? How the car backing up? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? So anyway, Uncle Freezie gets a job, and it's a whack job too. Andy Garcia, Black Rainers in the building. What's good? So Uncle Freezie gets a job, right? I don't want to say all the details because I don't want to snitch. But if y'all heard all the details, y'all would be telling this story to y'all peoples. Right. So anyway, How it goes is this. I have a family member who I held in high regard. And he hired me to do a job that I was not old enough to do. Right? But it's the 80s. Everybody did that. Right? So anyway, I just go ahead. So one of my uncles hired me to be a bartender, and I was like 14. Right? He like, yo, just give him a beer and charge him $1. Right? And some people gonna come up, you gonna know them. Don't charge them the $1 yet. Just let them, they'll pay you afterwards. Right? So I was like, so Uncle, when they come up, just give it to him? He's like, yeah, just give it to him. Right? So Unc was walking around doing his thing, right? And this lady comes up and says, let me get a gin and juice. I'm like, gin and juice? Unc told me just to give out beers. She like, your uncle always served gin and juice. What kind of bartender are you? And so I'm like, I don't know how to make mixed drink. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never did that before. She was like, just pour a certain amount of liquor and splash some juice on it. Well, I'm a kid. I think adults like the juice. No, they don't like the juice. They like the liquor. I didn't know that. I was 14. Stop judging me. Stop judging me. So nasty. I know what you want to say. So nasty. Want to be like, Uncle Freezie was a bartender at 14. Don't judge me. Just listen to the story. I got a point that I'm getting to. Right? So anyway, she takes a sip of the drink. She's like, what is this, juice? And I was like, yeah. She's like, no, that's not how you make drinks. You're supposed to do mostly liquor and then a little bit of juice. So, okay, I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm doing that all night, and people in the party are wasted. Right? People so drunk, they wobbling around, hey, the bartender is on fire. And my Unc come up to me. I'm like, Unc, we bought out of liquor. He's like, what? How the hell are we bought out of liquor? You crazy? He's like, did somebody come in here and steal a liquor? Nah. Your people keep coming up to the bar and I'm serving them. They keep coming back. Right? And I'm like, he like, I told you to sell beer. You gave away my liquor. I was like, no, I was charging them for it. They're going to sign right there. I was charging them for the. My uncle turns to me and says, you fired. So he fired me on the spot because I'm the worst bartender he ever seen in his life. All I was supposed to do was sell $1 beers. I sold up all his liquor, right? Because I was giving away too much liquor in the drinks, right? He fired me, right? But listen, he paid me though. He paid me, right? He was just flicking up, flacka. Get out of here. And don't tell your mama what I had you doing either. Go to your auntie house and go to sleep. And so I got me a pocket full of money from my uncle. And I'm going to auntie house. This is more money that I had ever had in my life on my own. So it inspires me to get a job. I get a job. And I'm working, man, just working. And I get my first paycheck, right? And all I'm thinking about is how LaToya, LaTanya, LaKeisha, all these girls, like, all I'm thinking about is all these girls, I got all this money. And it wasn't much. It wasn't much money. I probably had about, this was the 80s too now. So bear in mind when I tell you. So this is the 80s, right? And I probably had about $250. It's the 80s. I was like 15, right? $250. Man, I'm like 15. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go holler at LaTanya, LaToya, LaKeisha, all the fly girls from everybody around the hood had LA in front of their name. You wouldn't fly. You wouldn't fly if you ain't had no LA in front of your name for some reason. So a little something. Right. So anyway, I got spending money, right? And now I'm about to go out on the town and spend this money. Because not only was Uncle Freezie a little popular, not because of what I did, but my family was popular. And I was coming up behind, all these dudes with fly cars and fly women, pocket full of money, all these dudes. Everybody knew my pops and my uncles and all of them. And some of them knew me because they like, yo, that's such and such son right there, Uncle Freezie. That's Miss Mary nephew right there, Uncle Freezie. You know what I'm saying? I got me a little bit of money, running away, little clout, little something. And now I want to spend all this money. I made it. Right? And I want to spend some money. And when in terms of spending this money, I realized that I am not a big fish. Right? You know how people think they're a big fish? I'm a big fish. No, you ain't. No. And what reminded me of this story was my New York Knicks. How my New York Knicks have all these resources this summer and think that they are a big fish. Hey, cupcakes and Knicks, I do know that. I know that. It's a lot more that go to that too. But I ain't going to talk about that right now. I'm going to talk about this right now. Right? Dylan No Still, stop telling all the story. You act like you was there. Dylan No Still's like Uncle Freezie bought up all the Jordache, all the Levi's, all the Lacoste shirts, all the Ralph Lauren polo shirts, and all the LA gear. Nah, man. I bought up all the Nike Cortez. I bought up all the Nike. Y'all remember Puff Nikes? Bought up all. I got some red and white, some blue and white, the silver and white limited edition, the black and white. Yeah, that was me. That was me. And the footsie socks and a name belt. Y'all know that about name belts. That might be before y'all time. Dylan No Still's like, yo, he was there in spirit. But what I'm saying is the correlation is this. The Knicks are the little brother in terms of how we approach this offseason. This 2021 season, we proved to be the little brother. And while people don't want to realize that, that's who we are. We are new to this. We are young at this. And we can do this a lot of different ways. We can mess this up, or we can get it absolutely right. Right? But here's the thing. Star chasing is dangerous. Star chasing is dangerous in that if you get the wrong star, you disrupt the chemistry on your team. If you go get a Bradley Beal and bring him here, and you force Julius Randle to be the second option when he was the man last year, now you got problems. Because Bradley Beal is a problem on the team he's with right now. Right? Right? Bradley Beal's a problem on the team he's at right now. He's not used to being the alpha. Bradley Beal is not the guy. Y'all want to chase a star? Bradley Beal ain't it. Bradley Beal couldn't take his team. They built the team around him, and he couldn't do nothing. Nothing. And then and then you encounter duplicity. Why would you go get Bradley Beal when you already have RJ Barrett, who's on a faster career trajectory than Bradley Beal? Why? So you go get a Bradley Beal. You already have RJ Barrett, who y'all are not going to be patient with. But the thing is, these cats from year 2 to year 3 make the jump. The stars click in year 2 to 3. And if you go get Bradley Beal, you don't allow RJ Barrett to click. Or even worse, you trade RJ Barrett to the Wizards, and he clicks for the Wizards, and you bring in Bradley Beal, and he's a disgruntled star. And now you traded away the star that you could have had for a star that's disgruntled. Being a little brother thing is dangerous. Star chasing is dangerous if you don't know what you are doing. Y'all hear me, but y'all don't hear me, right? Julian Blum says, salute up. Knicks fam, Kaiser Sosa, Bodega, Delno Steel. Cuts, Kicks, and Knicks for life. Yeah. Hey, shout out to them. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the crew. Star chasing is dangerous in that the wrong star sets you back. And I hear y'all. Y'all like, that's impossible. How can the wrong star set you back? Julian Blum says, I was over Beal a long time ago. The wrong star sets you back. And no, I'm not saying sexy back. I'm saying sets you back. Right? You know shooting guards take that jump in year 2 to 3. Don't just go by what I tell you. Research it. Look it up yourself. Something clicks in that 2 to 3, in that second to third year. Something in there clicks. Like maybe they make the playoffs and they have a breakout game performance, or they did something over the summer and they just go in a different player. Some of it may be, and some of it may just be coming to age. You go from being a pimple-faced, buck-toothed 19-year-old to a 21-year-old man. Oh, and happy birthday to my boy RJ Barrett. Right? Happy birthday to RJ Barrett. That's my boy. I don't care what nobody says. RJ Barrett is the cornerstone of this Knicks franchise, period. Period. Something happens between year 2 and year 3 for these young shooting guards. And I'm not saying that just because we have a shooting guard going into year 3. It's something that I noticed back in October when we were talking about who we should trade for. And I looked at the Zach LaVine numbers. I looked at the Bradley Beal numbers. I looked at the Devin Booker numbers. I looked at all these cats, the Terrence Rosses, the Evan Fourniers, the Jaylen Browns, all these kids, man. I looked at all these cats. And somewhere between year 2 and year 3, they make some type of jump. Right? They make some type of jump. It happens. A lot wise eyes in the building. What's good? What's good? Star chasing can be dangerous depending on who you bring in to be your star. right? Depending on. Gardner Knicks podcast says, yo, are you improving through the draft or free agency? I would like to do both. Right? I would like to do both. And not in singularities either. Just because I get a guy in free agency doesn't mean I don't get another guy at his position in the draft. Like for instance, if he signed Mike Conley, I'd still be excited to draft Davion Mitchell, or vice versa. Right? Pierre Mose says, run it back and in areas of need. Add in areas of need, run it back. Bam. Thank you for the super chat. Or like my man City for Real says, thank you for the super chatter platter. Thank you for the super chatter platter. What's good? What is good? What I'm saying is I don't have a specific roadmap to improving the team because I don't know what's available. Right? It's like y'all remember how you and your boys used to go to the parties across town? Right? It's me, what's good? You remember how you used to go to the party across town and you was like, yo, I don't know what we gonna do when we get over there, but I've been practicing the Steve Martin in the Hilltop the whole time. I've been practicing all week. And I know cats are going to be like, the Steve Martin? The Hilltop? What are you talking about, Uncle Freezie? You got to be in a certain age bracket to understand when I say do the Steve Martin. When I say do the Hilltop, you got to kind of be in a certain... I'll put it to you like this. You kind of had to be there to understand what I'm talking about. You kind of had to be of a certain age to understand what I'm talking about. Because nowadays, listen. Oh, look, D Jones is in the building. D Jones was good. D Jones says, I think Ayo Dunsumo is someone to keep an eye on. He's 6'5", can legit run point. He's going to rise in the draft process. Seems like a Tips type too. I like him and Trey Mann, bro. I really like him and Trey Mann. Keyshawn talking about the hokey pokey? No. The jerk? No. I ain't talking about the jerk. I remember the jerk. But you know what though? Since men don't dance anymore, they don't have an idea of what the feeling is like to practice a dance and then go whip it out across town. Right? I don't know if y'all. So what I'm getting at is this. I don't know what the Knicks are going to do in free agency or in the draft, but I feel like they're going to do something major. It's like the reason why you go across town in the first place is not just for the food. You go across town to the party because of the girls that's going to be there. And you don't know which girl and how fine she's going to be. But the word is them parties across town be having some fly girls. Some fly girlies. Right? Right? And so that's what I think the Knicks are going to do. That's the Knicks' approach. They don't know which girls are going to be there, but they know they're going to do something. You know what I mean? Like we have an idea on what free agents are going to be available, and we have an idea who's going to be available to us at the draft. But until the party gets started, you never know. Decius Thomas is in the building. What's good? Decius Thomas says, what's good, Uncle Freezie, KMD family, and the chat, Knicks family? Knicks business season. Let's get it. Trey Man, the future. Facts. I'm with you. I'm on the Trey Man train. I'm on the Trey Man train, bro. I'm not saying he's a heartstring, but what I'm saying is if we get him, I won't be mad. If we get him, I won't be like, who? Who is that? I know who Trey Man is. If we target him in a trade, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with Trey Man. We need a big point guard that can create his own shot, shoot the ball, and defend. White Falcon says PG-13 is coming. Randle getting traded. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is Randle's team. I think this is Julius Randle's team, man. Is Julius Randle a flawed star? Yes. Are most stars perfect? No. G. Jones says Julian Blum mixed bag. At least get me one out of Book Night, Ayo, Sharif, Trey Man, Cam Thomas, or Davion. D. Jones, I'm telling you, if we stay at 19, we can get two. We can get two of these guys. Now, we may not get Book Night, right? We may not get Davion, but we could certainly get Ayo and Trey Man. We may be able to get Sharif and Trey Man if we stand pat. Kanye Day Kid in the building says Randle ain't going nowhere. They're going to build around him. Right. Bodega Wi-Fi says if we stand pat, we get Davion and Jared Butler. That's interesting. If we stand pat, we can get Davion and Jared Butler. They play together. That's interesting. Christian F. What's good? Christian F says, what's up, Freezie in chat? It's been a minute. I'm back. Yay, he's back. What's good? Kevin McLeod says, Luca Vildoza. I have no idea what that means. Y'all think Randle's the first option after that performance in the playoffs? Bro, I saw in person Reggie Bullock have a wide open lane to the basket where he can dunk. He got halfway, got nervous, and kicked it out to Julius Randle in a corner where Julius Randle was trapped. Julius Randle had to throw up a prayer three with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. And y'all want to blame Julius Randle. And don't tell me Reggie Bullock was in that lineup for defense, because Julius Randle got more votes for the all-defensive team than Reggie Bullock. So everybody, if y'all going to start that Reggie Bullock mess, Reggie Bullock is in here for defense mess, how come he didn't get a sniff at the all-defensive team? A sniff. If Reggie Bullock was so great of a defender, how come he didn't get a sniff? He got not one vote. Not one. Julius Randle got 4 votes. If they are at picks 10 through 20, well, we'll see. Cornerstone Kev says you just don't want to believe he's our PG we've been looking for. Cornerstone Kev is losing it. How you gonna say that about a dude you ain't never even seen him? You ain't ever seen him in a Knicks jersey, let alone play a game. And we gonna call him of the future? The dude don't even, you hadn't even seen him in a jersey yet. What are we talking about? If he winds up being the point guard of the future, I'm with you. But calm down. Calm down. This whole, y'all remember Henry Ellenson? Remember we signed Henry Ellenson and he had that big game with us? And he wound up being trash after that? And we anointed him King Henry? Really? King Henry? After one game, we started calling him King Henry. Yes, it was y'all. Y'all called him King Henry. Don't deny it. It was y'all. After one game, King Henry. Right. Don't tell me about overreacting now. Don't talk to me about Knicks fans overreacting. Bernard King played 208 games as a Knick, and some people want his number retired. 208 games as a Knick, and some people want his number retired. How many games in the regular season? Right? How many games in the regular season? Somebody 82? So I'm doing 282. I'm sorry, 208 divided by 82. I'm embarrassed. Bernard King played 2.5 seasons as a Knick, and people want his number retired. Y'all think I'm making numbers? Y'all think I'm making this up, right? Okay. And trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. Where is it? Let me see. I'm going to find it. Hold on. Y'all see these numbers? Y'all see these numbers, right? Bernard King. Oh, I'm sorry. He played 208. He played 206. Man, what are we talking? Oh, my God. Bernard King played 206 games with us, started 203, and y'all want to retire his number. Luca Vildoza, the ink is not even. Warren Franklin was good. Luca Vildoza, the ink is just now drying on his contract, and we want to anoint him the point guard of the future. Are we serious? The point guard of the future? Y'all know Still Junior says, here's a bigger question. How did Randle get 4 votes, Nerlens Noel only get 1? And he was top 5 blocks all season, ended the season in 3rd place in blocks. Where's Reggie Bullock? Y'all said Reggie Bullock was in the lineup for his defense. Where's Reggie Bullock? I'm just asking. Can somebody help me with that? Could somebody help me with that? Because if defense was the thing, where's Reggie Bullock? Andy Garcia says he's not on that level. I know this. I know this. I see a lot of y'all are going to pound the table for the UConn product. James Bouknight. But let me tell you how funny this will look. Let me tell you how funny this will look. The first chance you get to draft somebody this year, you draft a guy that plays R.J. Barrett's position. Right? And so what it's going to look like is last year, when you had Randle as your best player, the first opportunity you got to draft somebody, you drafted Obi Toppin. This year, the first time you get to draft somebody, first chance you get to draft somebody, you draft a guy that plays R.J. Barrett's position, James Bouknight. What kind of message does that send to your team? Your star players aren't good enough? James Bouknight or Terry Taylor? Julian Blum says RJ backup, LOL. I would rather get somebody to start at point, the 3, or at center. The point at 3 or at center. And I know y'all love when I throw shade at Mitchell Robinson. Y'all love when I throw shade at Mitch, right? I will say this about, so D. Jones says thoughts on Kispert. Everybody in this draft is going to have their flaws, right? Everybody's going to have their flaws. I don't know if Kispert is the guy. I like Kispert too. And I also like that kid, Franz Wagner. I think we need, if we're going to go defense only at the small forward position, this kid, Franz Wagner. If we got to replace Reggie Bullock, I think Franz Wagner might be one of the people we want to put in the conversation. I don't know how slow he is, though. I don't know how slow he is. I don't know. But getting back to, hold on for a second. White Falcon keeps saying, I was reading the comments just now. White Falcon was like, Paul George is coming. Paul George is coming. I don't think so. I don't think so, man. Paul George is coming. Yeah, I don't think so. Franz Wagner's going to get drafted to play with his brother, Mo Wagner. Yeah, probably. Maybe. Maybe. I ain't going to lie to you. Maybe it's a possibility. You know. Otherwise says, RJ got to finish at the rim. He was one of the worst last year, and he my guy. We need our guys to play big in the paint, like Freezie said, one dribble dunks in the paint. Yeah. The only thing about finishing in the paint, bro, is when your center is not an offensive threat, his man is going to stay in front of the rim. It don't matter if you get Michael Jeffrey Jordan. It don't matter. It don't matter if you have Allen Iverson, bro. Allen Iverson getting to the paint and there's 3 people there. It don't matter. And I know y'all may not get what I'm telling you. But if your center is not an offensive threat, bro, give you an example. Cornerstone Kev can't shoot, right? And he can't handle and he can't pass. But he's on the court for his defense. And his defense is average at best. Right? But when Cornerstone Kev get the ball, I'm not going Cornerstone Kev. I'm going to sag way off. And I'm going to guard Bodega Wi-Fi because Bodega Wi-Fi can't shoot. Why guard Cornerstone Kev when Cornerstone Kev can't shoot, pass, or dribble? Cornerstone Kev can't shoot. Why guard him? I'm gonna help guard Bodega Wi-Fi. T.N.O. Barry says Terry Taylor 25, 11, 2 block. I don't know. We'll see. Julian Blum says Mitch has to come back with some type of offense or he's useless in the starting lineup. Useless. Y'all are right. Mitch's deal is he's a lob threat, right? Mitch is a lob threat, right? And I understand. Got sand in my ear or something, man, from this concrete. Don't ever work outdoors, y'all. Don't ever work outdoors, man. Get a nice air-conditioned desk job, man. Something where people be bringing you coffee. You know what I'm saying? Get you a computer. Get you 3 computers. Get 5 computers in an office, and just work in the office. Sincere the Genius says, salute to the hey, and the chat. Hey, what's good? Cornerstone is gonna have choice words for you. Nah, no, he ain't, because Cornerstone can't shoot. He know that. And it's Tuesday. Cornerstone Kev don't hang out with us on Mondays and Tuesdays. I think he just do like something weird like Thursdays or Fridays, something. Because he like to have these long meetings on Thursdays and Fridays or something crazy. Otherwise says Uncle Freezie that point exactly, but RJ specifically needs work. He's bad at finishing. A bully got to finish through traffic and contact. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. But my deal is with RJ. RJ is 6'6" with limited verticality. And when you have bigs in the paint, it just ain't the thing for him. The thing about star chasing, though, getting back to star chasing. Star chasing. You have all these resources. Wow. Wow, y'all really blowing RJ Barrett up in here. Star chasing puts you in a situation where you catch the star. Now what do you pay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now what do you pay? Are you trading your Obi Toppin? Are you trading Obi Toppin? Anthony D, what's good? Derek, what's good? What are you paying? I'm waiting on the chat. The chat. I asked y'all a question. Portland says, okay, yes, we'll trade you Damian Lillard. But you got to pay up. Portland's like, okay, y'all done begged us enough. What are you going to pay? Obi is gone. Listen, Obi is gone. It's like that fine girl you've been hollering at the bus stop. You've been hollering and hollering every day. The same. Y'all work on the same street, but on different buildings, right? Every time you see her, you're like, "Hey, Mama, see that what's good? It's your man, Uncle Freezie. See the smiling face? This could be yours, right? You know, you just saying little stuff like, "Hey, Mama, see that what's good? Don't go in that purse. I got your bus fare, baby. This Uncle Freezie you talking to, baby. What's happening? Put that bus fare back, girl. I got you." You know what I'm saying? You hollering at the bus stop every day. We can bump uglies. What are we gonna do with that? And then you like, my auntie basement? No, that ain't gonna work. Obi has to work on his footing and his position. Nah, bro, it don't matter because Obi gonna be in Portland. What are y'all gonna pay? What are you gonna pay for Damian Lillard? I'm asking y'all. Y'all talk about star chasing. When you catch the star, now what are you gonna pay? What are you gonna pay? And no, they ain't taking Frank. Frank is a free agent. Professional outfit was good. I'm asking y'all, what are y'all gonna pay? Derek says IQ, Knox, OB, RJ, 19, 20, 22 first, 2024 first. And that 2026 swap, nah, ain't no 20. So first of all, you can't trade picks in consecutive years. So if you say 19 and 21, you got to take 22 out. Or if you say 2022, you got to take 19 and 21 out. So what Derek said is a non-starter just because of NBA rules. Hey, so AD says, just keep your head on the swivel. That pot will hurt. Blaze is gonna crack our head open for Dame. Yes. Desi Thomas says Frank has more PG 13 than RJ. If a Frank go play at the playground and then come back the Knicks to prove it, yeah. Well, what are y'all gonna give up for Damian Lillard? AD says, I'm giving Julius 2 or 3 firsts and a bucket of wings, sauce, and fries. They ain't taking that. That's not enough. That's not enough. And then word is going to get around the league that y'all are not serious and y'all star chasing. Just like you and the girl at the bus stop. You hollering every day. You like, Fatima, listen, I'm your man. She's like, yo, you are not the man. You riding the bus. Fatima telling you every day, like, you ain't good enough. And finally, she's like, okay, what we going to do? And then you don't have a plan. Now Fatima going to tell all her girls that you ain't nothing. He was hollering at me, but he never said nothing. He no man. That's what this star chasing is going to get the Knicks fans. That's what star chasing is going to get y'all. What are you going to give up for Damian Lillard? Because the Trailblazers ain't going to give up the best player in their franchise's history. Y'all think the Portland Trailblazers are going to give up the best player in the history of the franchise for a barrel of monkeys, for tiddlywinks? For army men. Y'all think the Portland Trailblazers are going to give up the best player in their franchise's history for Obi Toppin? Otherwise, hey, Fatima, that's a real girl, by the way. That's a real lady. Now, Up Top Media, we are star chasing. We finally wear Portland down. We like, come to the table, Portland Trailblazers. We got something real to offer. What are we offering? Chop Low in the building. What's good? What are we offering? Don't tell me Portland is going to take 2 firsts, Kevin Knox and Obi Toppin. Portland is not taking Kevin Knox, Obi Toppin, and 2 first-round picks. What'll really happen is the Knicks will get laughed at, and all the other 28 GMs are going to laugh at the Knicks after that. Because like Uncle Freezie, ex-bartender that got fired by his favorite uncle, I'm not, a big player. I'm not a major player. That's what I'm telling y'all. You can botch this thing up very bad. Because trades and talks in the NBA are built upon relationships. And if you ruin one being cheap or trying to play somebody, you ruin it with 28 other GMs. Andy Garcia says, RJ, Obi, Knox, both are 21, our first from Dallas 23, seconds for Dane. They ain't taking that. Where's the star potential in this trade? Where's the star potential in this trade? Dutch B, what's good? Dutch B says, no star chasing. We must keep building. Have you seen Obi post moves? But we played him as a 3-point shooter. D Public Enemy is in the building. What's good? He says, I want Luka Garza. Knicks need a big man that can post up and stretch the floor. Amen, brother. Andy Garcia says RJ is going to be an all-star. Obi has John Collins type ceiling. I think I agree with both, right? I think I agree with both. Dutch B says Portland will want Obi, RJ quickly, 2 first-round picks plus cash. Yeah. Wacko Knicks fanatic is in the building. What's good? I hope you're wrong. Randle isn't the answer. He's replying to Chuck Allen. Joe Smoke, RJ, yeah, but Obi needs the 3 to be more consistent to be Collins. Yeah, that's true. So you got to do one of two things. Either you have to chase the star or not. Either you have to chase the star or no. You can't be both. You can't be like, well, if the star want to come to New York, then we'll see. No, that's not how it works. Knicks fans, we are not that special yet. We are not that special yet. We need another year of RJ taking a step forward, and he will. We need another year of Julius Randle being special, and he will. We need a year of Mitchell Robinson being healthy. We need a rookie point guard and a veteran point guard to bring the energy every night. We need Kevin Knox to step up and be the player we drafted. White Falcon says we need a small forward. Bad. Rose, RJ, PG-13, Obi, Mitch equals Collins. I feel you. I'm gonna hang out about 2 or 3 more minutes. I gotta go. I gotta run and pick up some medicine. And I don't want to do the joint from my phone. I need for y'all to see my face. I need for y'all to see the mug. There will be a Knicks at Night podcast tonight too, though, by the way. Chop Low breaks in and says, Luka Vildova. I don't know. I believe it when I see it. I believe it when I see it. But trust me, I will not believe it until I see it. Don't be trying to tell me about some phantom point guard from overseas that set the world on fire and he chose not to come to the NBA until he turned 25. I don't care nothing about that. D Public Enemy says Dame Dollar, Kelly Oubre, and Nolan Powell this offseason. All right, White Falcon, I got you. White Falcon says, remember me, Freezie. PG-13 best option. I feel you. I just don't think it's happening. Not true. He wasn't drafted. Oh, about Luka Vildoza? About Luka Vildoza, that's not true. What I just said? Oh, he didn't come over because he wasn't drafted? I don't know how that makes the situation better. I don't. And there is a tinge of sarcasm in there. But for the most part, though, I don't know. He's playing well in the playoffs, and Kawhi probably stays, yeah. I think they'll figure it out. We trade Randle for PG. Kawhi might come to. I don't know, bro. That sounds like the NBA 2K scenario. We're going to trade Julius Randle for Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. 2K will certainly send that trade through. Right? Julius Randle for Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And you're going to see his PG would be a good get, but he's not coming. Yeah, I know. Professional Outfit says CP3 or Lowry, RJ, Kelly Oubre, Randall, Mitch, bench, Rose, Quickly, Bullock, Obi, Dwight Howard, draft pick, fill out bench with vets. Yeah, I can see that being a scenario. I can see that being a scenario. But hey, listen, y'all, I gotta go get some meds. I promise tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? I won't be able to do a long show tomorrow either. But I will be able to do one Thursday. Thursday for sure. But tomorrow it'll probably be 2.5 hours. Today I got to run and get some meds. I've been dodging it all weekend, man. I should have did it Friday. And I just had a bunch of stuff going on. So I got to get out here and do that. Before the pharmacy will send your stuff back to the doctor. He ain't come get it. So yeah, I got to get out here and do that. But anyway, thank y'all for jumping on. I appreciate everybody. I'll holler at y'all tonight on the Knicks at Night podcast at about 12:15. All right, y'all. Peace.